but yes.
Yes. Pretty cool stuff. So I can make you a co-host now. And I'm trying to see where, oh, there it is. So this way it'll show up in your
awesome
too. Let's see. There we go. I think you should have it. Did it say anything?
Perfect. Yes, it did. Mm-hmm.
Good. That way it'll show up in your replays too. So you'll have it. So that's something new they just rolled out yesterday was the co-host feature. And they are changing this like every couple days or now every week. They have a town hall meeting.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and let me show you around the place. If you've seen it, you see at the top where you have your Twitter stream over on the left side, and it's Tell a Little Bird. And when people come into the show, they get added to the Twitter. So you can tweet it. So everybody that's here can tell a little bird that we're here, and they can come join us and jump on in, ask for a seat, and say hi. Maggie Unzueta's here. So she wants to come in and say hi. Come on in. Tweet. Thanks, Maggie. And then over on the other side, you see all mentions and questions at the top of that. Mm-hmm. Comment. So later on, if there were questions, like sometimes if you're doing stuff with requires questions, if you click on the question tab, that'll show you all the questions in case you lose them. You know how we used to lose them on Comment Tracker? Yeah. And then the mentions. And to ask a question, it's /
okay.
Just Q, I think it is. And to change the topic heading, it's / topic.
Okay.
You can actually change, but you got to remember, since we are recording this now, it's on the record, that if you change the topic, it should be something that is relevant to what you were doing afterwards, because the last topic is what stays with it.
Cool. Very awesome. Yay!
Pretty cool.
This is really, I love this, and I like the side-to-side feature, and that we don't have to battle for the, this is very cool.
Yeah, it's like we're almost together in the same room.
I love this. This is so awesome. So how long have you been using Blab for?
I have been on Blab, I think, for 52 days.
Awesome.
They give you that little record under your name on your profile.
Yeah, I saw the 50 feature. I'm like, ooh. Get the head of the game, as usual.
But actually, there's some people I think that have been on like 150 days.
Oh, wow.
Travis Owens. It's better suited for presentations and castings than Google Hangouts.
I like it.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. Oh, Roger Wong's loving the hair.
Yay! Thank you. I got a rocket.
Gonna rock it, and that's what Maggie said. Blabbers rock. Maggie, are you around? You want to come in? Come in and say hello. Travis, you're at 100 days. Wow, you were really an early.
Woo! I think I'm gonna be one of those that I get addicted to this. I really do.
At first, it's hard to get off. It's really when I did my first one, it was 3 hours long.
Oh.
I had to stop it because I had to go to the bathroom, and
it's like I gotta go.
I gotta go. I mean, I really gotta go, guys.
It's like it was really nice. Oh my gosh, so cool.
But it's fun. Travis, you want to jump in and say hi, or anybody wants to jump in and say hi? We have some open seats. I want you to meet Miss Jenny Kelley. And if you see the hands down in the corner, those are called props. And when you click on them, you give people props. They don't really mean anything. They don't carry over. It's just like an appreciation.
Okay.
And they were called feels. But Mia Voss kind of made them change it because she was saying she was feeling everyone up.
That can be a little feeling.
They're called props. So,
oh, cool.
Yeah.
I think props is a little bit better. Yeah. Get a little bit. That's so fun.
If you're in a hangout with her, she's probably still going to say that. So be ready for it.
Watch out.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
Alan Bush joined. Patong. Mia's on her way over here shortly. Oh, good. Tracy Bass. So you see who's joining, and up at the top, you see who's actually live in the hangout. They come and they go. 27 people have been in. So I'm going to turn it over to you now, and let's talk about what you do. Why don't you talk about what you do?
Yeah, well, I have a channel called ILoveFlavor on YouTube, but I do several different things. I did take a break for a little while and back, and pretty much once a week, or it's going to be more now, I share videos where I dress up in costume or cosplay and make something delicious and flavorful and show you step by step how to make it. And it's a lot of fun, and I have a lot of fun making it. And it's, of course, we're entering the time that's my favorite time of the year, which is October and Halloween, and everything costume and everything themed. So I'm really excited. But I mean, in addition to ILoveFlavor, something new that I'm really excited about is I'm a host of the Wine Channel TV, which is pretty awesome. I share, in addition to ILoveFlavor, once a week we have something called the Best Sip Ever, which is hashtag Best Sip Ever, which pretty much you want to share your favorite wine or beer or beverage during whenever you're watching and cheering on your favorite football team, whether or not it's college, NFL, whatever not. But I am, during our promotions and videos and flavor pairings, I'm actually the flavor host, which is like the best. I love that title. I share munchies and fun things that pair with the wine of the week. So like Nautilus was this last Sundays, and they're from New Zealand. They're from New Zealand. They have this really cool shell, all these different types of wines. So I did a charcuterie, which I learned how to say, and and made a seafood charcuterie. So that was a lot of fun. So we have a lot of things in store and a lot of flavorful things. So I have a lot of things that I'm keeping on the back burner that I'm going to release the next couple of months. So I'm ready to do it big time now. I'm ready. I took a break and I'm back full time and better than ever.
This is perfect timing because this is like a really cool new social media. Now, if you ever thought about doing podcasts, besides doing the video, like now when you start your own video, we're still unsure if you get a copy of it too or not as a co-host. They haven't quite figured that out. Cool. But when you start your own, you get an MP4, which is the video download, and you get an MP3, which is a really good audio for podcasts. So if you ever want to do a podcast, bada bing, it's done.
And that's honestly the one thing that I've always toyed about doing is doing podcasts and something that's easy and accessible once a week and finding a co-host or something to talk about, of course, food, or something geeky fun of that nature, especially with the holiday season coming up. So I think this is definitely finally something easy enough, but then at a platform that is very user friendly, and you can hear everybody and see everybody, and it's not just you.
I know, and it is. Although you can only put 4, but 4 is a good number. It really
I like 4. Mm-hmm.
And we got a lot of people chiming in. Kalitos Way, Kelly, I actually got to meet him in Los Angeles this weekend. He came over to see us.
Yeah.
For many years. Jenny Q is there. Alan H. Bush is there, and he says he does podcasts. Good idea. Yeah, slightly better mic setup, I know. And she wants to know what your Twitter handle, and it should be Miss Jenny Kelley, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's Miss Jenny Kelley with, so it's MISSJENNYKELLEY. So that's it.
I forgot the second E before. Oh, here's Maggie.
Yeah, it's actually, it's my middle name. It's a family name, but it is a little different. Hello, Maggie.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
So how's your first blabbing experience? Do you like it or do you like it?
I'm trying not to freak out too much. I have a margarita in hand because it's Tuesday. But I'm excited. Yeah, this is great. I've always I don't do a lot of live things, and I've always wanted to get more involved with it, and this is pretty cool. I like this. So other platforms can kind of be terrifying. I'm used to editing everything where it's just perfect. But this kind of allows you to properly, I think, as co-hosts, chat together and have a full conversation and not also talk over each other where sometimes I've had issues with that before.
It still happens, and you'll see it. There's some people that haven't quite mastered the art of, we have a real big jump on them because of Google Hangouts, so we kind of know a little of the etiquette. But you still see it from time to time. And Jenny Q is saying, always happy to see you. Jenny, you want to jump in? If anybody else wants to jump in for a little while, we have a 4th seat. Stop in and say hello. You're always welcome. Just do it. Yeah, it's harder to turn into chaos before, although I have seen it happen, Travis. Chaos can come with 2 people if you don't. Now, I don't know if you've seen my cooking videos, but I actually run 2 cameras. And that is easy to do. It's not difficult. And that comes from the days of Chef Hangout when we used to have one on us and one on what we were doing.
Yes, and we that's one thing that my camera guy is now helping me out. I usually film all my own videos, but now I'm trying to amp up my mics and stuff like that. And having a second person is always helpful, especially if you have like a hair in your face and you don't know it's there. So one thing that I'm going to start definitely doing is the 2-camera concept, which we've, it's a baby step process, but now we actually do have like several cameras. So it's a perfect time to
that's
dynamic.
Yeah, you might as well, because people are loving it. And Blab is loving it. And, we were talking last night on the town hall. And I said, I was in Los Angeles talking to food bloggers, and I'm going to be bringing more of them over. So they're like, yeah, more food.
Awesome. So how exactly do you do that in front of the kitchen? What cameras do you use while you're trying to stream?
Well, I use 2 Logitech C920s, 2 computers, 2 Twitter accounts. And I just log in on each one, and one is on an overhead on a boom stand, and the other one is straight on, and they're just up. The only thing with the second computer is you got to mute everybody in that screen, otherwise you'll get a loud feedback. And that's generally how I start every show, is with a loud feedback. Before I hit record, I take care of that.
Yeah. Yay, Kelly!
Hey, Kelly?
Ah!
Oh my God, I can't believe it. I've been trying to get you on here.
I know! I'm excited. I'm excited.
I know. I
don't lie either.
I didn't know you knew Sheffy, and I met Sheffy in LA, and I've known you for forever, like almost since I got on Twitter in 2009. So
I know.
I know we're friends on Facebook, blah, blah, blah. But wow, I'm glad you're here, because I think you got some valuable content for these people.
Yeah, I'm excited. So I remember you mentioned before, and I was like, I want to do it. And then you mentioned it, and I was like, oh, I know him. I'm like, this is perfect. I'm like, this is right timing, place. Thanks to you. So
yeah, well, I'm a little fanboy now, because I've been one of your fans for like forever and a day. And Jenny, I used to live in Houston, and I'm in LA, and my journey, blah, blah, blah. So.
Well, you're incredibly talented, so I'm a fan of yours now. So now that I finally found out what you're doing, so that's exciting. Yeah. You're actually living the dream. I'm excited.
Hey, you're living the dream. She goes out to restaurants everywhere. She kind of does, and Chef, she kind of does a little bit of what Mia does, like it's Jenny on the go, but she goes out to restaurants, and then she does the video, and then edits it and puts it on her ILoveFlavor channel, which I've pimped out up in the chat.
Yes, thank you. I'm excited. So yeah, and I'm definitely trying to explore that as well as trying to do more. It's funny that you said that. I was walking this morning, and I thought geek on the go, and I'm like Jenny on the go. I'm like, I can do like tons of things. Trying a new platform, I get really nervous since I've done so much by myself. Like, I'm usually by myself in front of the camera, and everyone's like, you're not stage fright. I'm like, you put me on the stage, I'll freak out. But the costume makes me feel better, and so I can do that. But so I'm like, I just need to embrace it, get over my fears, stop being a nerd, and just do live more often.
Absolutely. You're doing great. And and the more you do it, the easier it gets. The only thing with Blab is the video quality isn't quite as good. But people are really kind of liking the fact that you have 2 screens. And like when I do that, and they can see it both at the same time. So it does make up a little bit for that. But I'm thinking I may, as less technical as I can get, but I may put my film camera on a tripod and actually just point it to what I'm doing. That videotape me, and then upload that to YouTube if I really want a good clean copy.
Yeah, because I would love to share it on all platforms.
Well, this has an automatic YouTube upload.
Oh, cool.
So when it's done and you go to view it, there's a little red box that says upload to YouTube.
That's cool.
So, and it's just that it kind of squeezes the picture. Like when you set up, your camera's got a wider shot. Well, it kind of compresses it. Because with my overhead, I actually have to reach up and move the camera over on the boom stand if I'm on my cutting board, or then back to my induction cooker, kind of just go back and forth.
Cool. That's awesome. I love it.
So Kelly, this is the first time I think we've had you on screen.
I've not been on. I don't know if I've been on screen with you per se. So I saw Jenny, and I'm like, I got to be there because, like I said, we've known each other, talked to each other on Twitter for whatever, since 2009. My math is bad today.
Ever since I even picked up a video camera.
And I just started retweeting all of her videos because I like it. So she's always entertaining. And I used to live in Houston, so I would know all these restaurants that she goes to. And like, okay, that's a good one to go to. That's not a good one to go to.
You gave me the best tips ever, and I'm like, yes, I need to do that.
Well, I'm a Texan originally too. I'm from San Antonio. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just lived in the Northeast most of my life, so it kind of, unless you really get me drinking, you don't hear any kind of drawl coming out of my mouth. But that's about the only time. Although I do head out of y'all every now and then, it does come out. And especially in Florida, is so crazy. There's so many different kinds of people. It's the South, but it isn't really. So
yeah,
I'm loving Florida.
Yay! And you're in Orlando, right?
Yeah, Kissimmee. I'm right below it a little bit, and the people here have just been so good to me. It's just really nice. I'm a travel blogger now, and I'm being sent around the different parts of the state. Really?
Very cool.
Yeah, so I'm liking that. And the bloggers in Florida are very, very friendly, and they're all kinds of bloggers. So we don't just hang out with food bloggers. We hang out with bloggers, and one's a fashion blogger, a motorcycle blogger, a swimming blogger. I didn't even know they had swimming bloggers, but she's the head of our group down here. They have a swim team blog network that they do. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And she is like amazing. This woman, Bess Hour. She's I just love her. She's so good to me.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So, Maggie, tell us what you've been up to. What are you doing?
Not much,
Well, that was great. You did have a book signing, didn't you? Come on.
I did. Well, it wasn't my book. I went to Yvette Marquez, who's Muy Bueno Cooking, and Vianney Rodriguez. They were in San Diego, and some of my favorite food bloggers, they're here. It's like, oh my God, I have to go see you, which is funny because I have a friend here in San Diego who years ago, she came up to me and said, do you know Yvette Marquez? And I said, yeah, turns out that's her best friend. Oh, so, wow. Yeah, so when this event happened this weekend, it was like, you got to go. And it's like, okay, well, supposedly I had ShiftCon, and I said, oh, I might not be able to go. But it was fun. It was really cool to finally meet people in real life, after all these years of following and tweeting and Facebooking and, knowing other people's lives. So you know what it's like when you go to a food bloggers event or a bloggers event, just in general, someone you admire, somebody you talk to, someone's recipe you've tried.
You know what I have to tell you? I loved meeting everybody, and I'm not pretentious, and I don't have a big head or anything, but it was really kind of cool to be coming out of an elevator, walk by someone and hear him go, "That's Chef Dennis."
Oh my God, I love it. Oh, I love it. Like, well, it's funny because I'm associated with you. It's here in San Diego. It's like, oh, there's Maggie and Swetha. She just, she pops on with Chef Dennis, and it's like, yes, Chef Dennis.
A lot of my shows on Google Plus. She was very kind and to come on and help me out. I had my skinny cocktails. That was fun. Yeah, you'd be drinking for me at 9 or 10 in the morning. So 10 a.m. That's how much I love you, Chef. I sacrificed myself for you. No, it was good. It was shot. There were a couple of times when I would just shake and do my little thing, and pour my cocktail and I would drink it just because it was way too early. And then you had the UK kids who were going to bed. Oh, yeah. So that was good times. It's good times. I love live. I know, Jenny, you said that you usually record it, but I prefer live because you got your energy, and it's just and when you're recording, you have to go the entire time, just that energy. And at the end of the day, I'm just shot. I'm done. Here, it's like half an hour, whatever it is, and it's like, okay, I'm good. And I've had a cocktail. So. I wish I could do more videos, and some people. That's why I always get sometimes behind whenever I get overloaded with like events, like I'm going to Comic-Cons, like, why don't you do more videos? I'm like, it's exhausting. Yeah. And then it's, and for me, it's like I have to do the costume and the makeup, and then I am the filmmaker and I do the editing, and I'm like, and then I have to cook, and I'm like, but this is great. I love this. Like, I've always wanted to do live, and it's just, the fear. But now it really is. Yeah, it really is fun and it's exciting, and people coming in and going out. You know, a lot of times we'll have a flow. Like I have a co-host for my cooking show, Susan Sarah, and when she's not there, I'm lost. I am talking to myself. You know, it's basically what it is. I'm like, anybody want to come in? Nobody wants to come in. Okay, nobody wants to come in. It's just like sometimes I think they feel intimidated about coming into a cooking show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, please, somebody come in.
Please someone join me.
Yeah, join me.
Don't leave me alone.
Like, oh, I'm making a cream sauce. I was making a bechamel, and then finally one of my friends from Orlando wants to start. So she came on towards the end to see what it was all about. So
that's why I love having my husband around. He's not here right now. He's actually on a plane headed to the East Coast, Chef. So he's going back to New York, but usually whenever he's around, it's like here and he loves this. He loves all of Google Plus and Facebook and Twitter. He gets it all. So he will hold the cameras. He'll put the lights up. He will help me, and it's like I love you. Can you just edit for me now, please?
And Travis, I never really beg. I just say if anyone wants to come in, there's a seat open. You know, kind of that way every now and then.
I think this particular platform would be really good for Jenny because Jenny has a ton of energy. If you've ever watched any of her videos, she has just like an amazing amount of energy. And for us to see it live and in person, you know what I mean? You're going to do a cooking show, and I'd love to see a Chef Dennis and Jenny cooking show where she's in Houston and you're in Orlando. That'd be awesome. And that energy, people are going to gravitate to that, Jenny. Mm-hmm. Build your brand.
Plus, you're colorful. Your costumes. I mean, that's another draw. So you're going to have.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's funny when people actually see me with my hair's black at the moment, so I kind of people are like, what hair color do you have next? But I have so many wigs, so it's fun. It's fun to be colorful. So just like
I know you would diet and Chef Hangout, and you'd go from red to blonde, and I was like, oh my God, I don't know what color I like. They all look so good.
Wait, okay, Jenny, question: what's the craziest color you've ever dyed your hair?
Pink. Yeah, it was a combination. It was blonde, and then the top, just the front part, because blonde's a little hard on my hair, which is why I always go back dark. It was maroon, and it had stripes in it like a zebra, like maroon, and then the bottom was pink. Whenever I did Houston Press Web Awards, that is when. Oh my God! And I look back, this spray tan was horrible. It was the first time I was kind of getting out and doing things, but I loved my hair, and I had this cheetah like full cut like dress that was obnoxious. It was awesome at the same time. Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, it was just. I found out a little bit. The what? I'm sorry.
Sorry, Echo. Do you do your own hair?
Oh no. No. I can do just about everything else. I just can't. I'm terrified of doing the hair. I'd probably be like, since I did it so much bleached blonde and everything, I'd probably fry my hair off and I'd just wear a wig for the rest of the time. So that's the one thing I have some very gifted friends that live in Houston that do hair. Ivis Hernandez is the bomb, and he's been with me through years, and he just, whenever I sit in the chair, he's like, what are we doing next? I'm like, so it's fun though. So it's one more level of creativeness that I can experiment with, and thankfully my bosses and my employers put up with me. So I'm glad.
If you're doing your job, it doesn't matter. I think we're at this day and age where it doesn't matter what color your hair is or if you have hair. My taste.
Okay.
Jenny Bradford. Do you know Jenny Bradford? She's in Texas. I'm trying to think if she's in Houston though. But she's a blogger. She is Conscientiously Jenny, and she's a yoga. But she had the nicest color purple in her hair. Oh my God, it was beautiful. It wasn't all purple, but the underside and the bottom coming down was this like, oh, it's gorgeous. It was like maybe Kool-Aid purple kind of. It was really good.
I love. That's the one colors I haven't done. I haven't done purple, which I have this. That's the thing. I have so many. I have 25 wigs, which is kind of embarrassing. But I have a light purple wig, and it is just so pretty. Like, and I would love to do it purple. Like, but I must say I'm loving the black, so that way I can look. You know, it makes my eyes pop. That's one thing that it's kind of through every costume, no matter what you do. Whatever I do, I'm just like, I'm gonna just look at my eyes, and if they're blue and you can recognize me, it's me. So it's it's funny. I went to a Comic-Con the last 2 weeks ago, and I stood by. I was Harley Quinn, and it was awesome. But one of my good friends didn't even recognize me, so it's kind of fun. And this is the first year that we've done Comic-Cons, and I was terrified to really go all out, but it's like the best experience. So it's if you have never gone to Comic-Con, I highly suggest it.
There's one in Orlando once a year. I have to go. I don't know what I'll dress up as though. I'll have to figure out something.
It's huge in San Diego. So I live on Coronado Island. Okay, so and we can see San Diego, and we have a ferry that comes in. Anyway, so Comic-Con happens, and it's just madness. Like, you can't leave Coronado. You can't really go anywhere, right? And you see these boats of people dressed up in, their outfits. And one time I had my cousins visiting from Mexico. Okay, my cousins are here visiting from Mexico, and they're hanging out. And we're watching the ferries, and these people just dressed in these Chewbacca's walking around. And, ¿qué está pasando? ¿Qué hacen? So I had to explain Comic-Con. And they're like, Comic-Con. Comic-Con, yes. Yeah, anyways, had to insert that.
I love, that's one of the things Florida's a big Hispanic area, and I'm half Mexican, so I'm Hispanic, so I can make fun of my own. I was figure that way, but I love listening to them. When we first moved here, we played a game, Hispanic C or Hispanic No, because they look like, like European, white as can be, and then all of a sudden they'd be rolling out with this really heavy Spanish accent. And other times you wouldn't think. It was just funny. But it's funny how some words don't translate, and they'll be rolling in Spanish, and then you hear McDonald's, or you'll hear.
Yeah, half of our family's Puerto Rican, so they have the best food ever, but like I can't understand Puerto Rican slang. Like they'll throw in every single slang, and it's very Spanglish. But my friends from Mexico, I can understand about 50% of what they're saying, 75 on a good day.
Yeah, as long as they don't get too fast.
Yes, if it's slow, and I can kind of tell, and I'm kind of in the conversation. They throw in an English word every once in a while. But the Puerto Rican Spanish, I've never been able to master that. Like, it's just so slang. I can tell by like the hand motions and the very dramatics. But I must say, the best thing about having your family half Puerto Rican is the food.
Oh,
and it's heavily influenced my cooking. That's why I have some of the adobo and the seasoning and the flavor. That's kind of the other behind the story thing, the ILoveFlavor on YouTube. So it's
Jenny, that's awesome. I had no idea about your Puerto Rican background. My son, wait, so you can't see it back here, but my hair is actually more auburn-ish.
Yeah.
Now that we're going into the hair colors, and I have a lot of hair, by the way. It's a hair show today. With Chef Dennis and Jenny Kelley. There's I have a lot of. I'm sorry.
Kelly's winning with the hat.
Sorry, too many Kellys. No, I have a lot of hair. I'm talking about a lot of hair. And my son, going back to my son. My son is a ginger redhead. Like, he's just, and I speak to him in Spanish, but he responds to me in English. So most people can kind of get what we're talking about, But if you can't tell I'm Mexican. Oh, Chef. Okay, love.
I'm loving it. Oh my God.
This time of year again, it's the food and wine
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's like McDonald's. I'm loving it.
Lisa got me that last year, and she never thought I would wear it, and I've had that on more times. So it's funny. But yeah, today's National Coffee Day too. Did anybody do anything fun for that? Did we all get good and caffeinated?
Yep, I drink so much coffee. And I'm actually excited because my next video, I wanted to release it today, but it's the pumpkin spice latte on ILoveFlavor. And I made it from real pumpkin, It's better than Starbucks, I think. But it's
of course.
really cool. You know what? I used pepper in it whenever I sauteed the real pumpkin before I was making the syrup, and it kind of gave it that kick in the latte, and it is so good. And I made a couple batches of it, so that way I drink a lot of coffee.
Coffee's good for you.
It is.
Coffee.
Yeah, well, they thought me to do that, so I was a happy girl today.
I went to a naturopathic physician last year after my first shift con, and I was really worried about, like she said, you have to give up. She wanted me to give up gluten for a while and then give up dairy for a while, and I'm waiting for coffee. And I said, what about coffee? She goes, oh no, you can drink coffee. And she's got her cup of coffee. She goes, in fact, I use heavy cream in mine and it doesn't bother me, so you might want to try that. I said, well, I drink it black, but I'll save the heavy cream for something else.
Can we talk about ShiftCon, Chef? How was it? Did you love it or did you love it?
It was great. I was exhausted. I mean, just the flight back and everything, was just it's only 3 hours, but getting used to the time was hard. But I mean, I slept for 11 hours when we came back Sunday night to Monday. I went to bed. It was 8:30 and I got up and it was like 7:30. I went, oh my God. And I didn't want to get up. I forced myself to get up.
So
it was really good.
Oh, go ahead.
No, it was really good. There were a lot of great sessions, a lot of nice people. The facility was wonderful. The Marriott was set up so well that we really didn't have to. It was just all there. It was right there for us. There was some on the bottom floor and there was some on the second floor, but for the most part, it was just all right there. It was very easy to navigate this year.
Very cool. Very cool.
And I got to watch Chef and Mia do their live streaming presentation, and that was I told Mia, I said that was a Saturday afternoon, late Saturday afternoon, and they had a big crowd. And I've done conventions, since the cows come home, so, and have a Saturday afternoon crowd like that. And they did a fantastic job.
Thank you. Yeah, that was a bigger one than last year when we did the YouTube stuff. So there were more people because of live streaming, and there were people live streaming from our live streaming
Yes,
show.
there was.
There were people on Periscope, and me actually had everybody start a Periscope that wanted to and put us out. So it was pretty cool. And I got a lot of good contacts. I've got some. I offered to do one of these kind of shows with anyone that wanted to kind of get them into the live streaming and cooking, because for whatever reason, Blab likes me, and they seem to help promote anything I promote. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, I want to go to San Francisco and cook for them. That's my next thing. I never did make it to Google headquarters, so maybe I'll make it to Blab headquarters.
Very cool.
So what are you going to make first? Or when are you going to schedule a show and do something here, you think? Or it's perfect. You got to just jump in and do it.
Yeah, and that's for me, that's the best way to do it. I'm usually terrified, and that's the best way to just, you get all your ingredients, and man, it's going to have to be probably something quick so I don't bore people.
Now, wait a minute. Think about this. This is different than we used to do.
That's true. Yeah.
Because I have gone from having like a magic kitchen with everything prepared and ready to go, to prepping everything in front of everyone.
That's true.
Because it's a whole different kind of show, and it really doesn't take that much time. But you got to think, now these people, a lot of the people that are watching us now have no idea at all, and they're learning as we're showing them. So that's right. Part of the beauty of it. So I mean, I'm cutting my vegetables. Like if Susan's talking, then they can watch me while I'm doing it and listen to her, or they can see what I'm doing. So think about prepping if it's not too intensive. Prepping.
Yeah, no, exactly. And it's. I do, one of the things I really do like to show people how to do step-by-steps. And I guess the reason why I focus on that, because I'm self-taught and I have to still Google things, just like I was mentioning earlier. Like I didn't know how to say charcuterie until last week correctly. I mean, I have to still teach myself a lot of things, but I know what the flavors go together, and I have a vision, and I've been cooking for probably 15 years now. So I do have a good experience, but I do have a passion for showing that. And this platform is so relaxing. I don't feel nervous like other ones. So it's much more personal, I would say.
Yeah. And they are encouraging, and Blab actually just bought a podcasting. I'm trying to think, it was Clear
Yeah,
Was it
something
clear,
like that. Yeah.
clear stream or something? Pod Clear. Thank you. And so they're going to be bringing some more aspects of that. And I think the audio is really good, but they said it's going to improve. Now, the picture is going to probably be the last thing they're going to work on, but they're trying to take over podcasting somewhat too. So if you give step-by-step instructions while you're making it, that would equate to a podcast really well.
I want to start a once-a-week show. Like I've talked about this for 5 years. And I'm like sick of me not doing it. So like I really want to stick to like a once-a-week live show would be awesome. And this is definitely.
Well, I want a Tex-Mex cooking show, Jenny, so let's do that.
Good, yeah.
I don't know how to. I want to be able to cook that out here in LA for myself because I missed that so bad.
And that's. I was watching. I was watching Hyla cooking the other day. Put up a video because we've done videos together, and when she was in Austin and she went to LA. But I don't feel like a lot of people are sharing Tex-Mex things, and that's something that I absolutely love. And you can incorporate so many flavors in it, and the thing is, it's super easy to do. But there's nothing like Tex-Mex until you're out of the state and you're like, I need my food. And I'm gluten free and I don't eat a lot of cheese, but still, like, you still can make any dish. And, and that's one thing I do like to share is, you can make it this way, but like to share the flavors of where we are. And I feel like Tex-Mex it was huge on YouTube, and now I'm not seeing it as much anymore. So I definitely want to remind people that we're still here. So it'd be cool. I think that's a good idea.
I love Tex-Mex. I mean, coming from Texas and then having to eat the different style when we finally got it in the Philadelphia area. I mean, for a while it was Taco Bell and you had nothing else. That was it. That's not Mexican at all.
Oh, I did love it though. The Gordita Crunch.
Well, you got nothing else. It'll do. Okay. And there used to be one at the end of my street. So when I come home from work at 10 o'clock at night or something, and I just didn't want to do anything and had to eat, that would be the stop. But we would have all the interior Mexican that was different. I mean, they were using white rice and black beans, and I grew up on pinto beans and red rice, and things were different. And I never ever saw my grandmother put sour cream on anything. Although I do enjoy it on some Mexican food.
We do use sour cream. We use a lot of cream, actually. Cremagria. It's sour cream.
But I never saw, in Texas, we never saw, I didn't even know what sour cream was, I don't think, for the longest time. Buttermilk was the closest thing I knew what. My mother loved buttermilk. That was the only reason.
Jocoque. Oh, my goodness. Jocoque is delicious. There's a lot of creams that we have and cheeses over in Mexico that we don't have. Even here in San Diego, I can see Mexico for Pete's sakes from here. And we don't have some of this stuff. I have to go and buy it, then bring it back. Just nobody pats me down, thank goodness.
Maggie is the Mexican Sarah Palin.
Yes, I can see Mexico from here. I really can. So, but yeah, no, Mexican food. Okay, so bring back that Tex-Mex food, because Tex-Mex food, it's good, don't get me wrong, but it's most of the food that's here, at least to me, is Tex-Mex. It's not the authentic, traditional kind that I'm used to. They've changed it up, and they've elevated it to different levels. I mean, it's fine, it's okay, but it's just not what I grew up with, Like burritos. Oh my goodness, I wasn't raised with burritos.
I don't think anybody was raised with burritos. That just came along.
What's the difference between authentic Mexican food and Tex-Mex? We have 3 chefs here that understand this. And I'm not a chef. I'm a single guy, tall and skinny. So that explains that.
Authentic Mexican food is more than just tacos, and it's also their regions in Mexico. It's just like here, we have California, and then we have, Tex-Mex food in Texas, and we have Florida food. Every region has a different flavor, and in Mexico, it's like that too. You have areas that don't have the saucy, creamy. That's more northern food. If you go southern, you're going to find like what Chef said, the white rice, the black beans, the salsa de piña. I just posted a pineapple salsa on my blog. There are different kinds of more foods in the South where you have the seafoods, for example, I ate a lot of vegetarian food growing up, but I'm from northern Mexico, and we're inland, we're up in the mountains, so we had a lot of vegetarian foods, and if we wanted meat, we had to kill a cow. So true story.
True story.
True story. Yeah, that's why I'm here now, and I'm never going back. I'll just go visit occasionally. Send me cheese, people. Send me cheese.
Got it. So, Jenny, did you just answer that question? I had seen it. What made you start ILoveFlavor?
Yeah, one of my awesome fans asked me what was the first idea. When did you first have the idea of ILoveFlavor? And my parents didn't like to cook at all, and they were always gone when I was little. So I watched TV instead of playing video games, because I was actually not allowed to have video games. I watched TV, and I just stared at the Food Network for hours just to learn how to cook. I mean, I think it was Emerald and Mario Batali. Like, he taught me like how to cut up garlic, and then there was the Rachel Ray's, the Giada with the Italian. Our family loved Italian food, so I was like, oh. So I grew up watching them, and I wanted to be the next Food Network star. Like, that was my and I was and then I grew up. I got a finance degree because that's what Dad wanted me to do. I went into oil and gas business, and I was an internal auditor for IT and financial operations, and I was very good at it and made a lot of money, and I was miserable. And I still had this dream of becoming, I was so good at it. Like, I'm very good at numbers, off the charts, calculus, like 110 on every quiz in college. But I was so miserable, and after 3.5 years, I grabbed a video camera, I quit my job, and I took my 401k and taught myself what YouTube was, how to do it, and studied for hours, like 14 hours a day, how to do it. But it just happened to be around Halloween. I didn't wear costumes at all before, the first time I wore, it's sad. Like, I bought a video camera in September. I quit my job in December because I just had a dream, and it's just kind of happened. Like, I just finally said enough was enough, and I need to do this, and my family thought I was crazy. And the great thing is, like, the reason why I took a long break from ILoveFlavor is I'm a digital marketing manager. Like, I've helped company just from, me starting ILoveFlavor and everything like that, and doing my online shows, and I've helped companies all over the world launch their YouTube sites. I've made them go viral because I had my mini viral videos, and they say, how do you do that? So it's pretty incredible. Like, if you just like for me, just talking about, it's terrifying for me going live. I know once I do it and I have something in my head, I can do anything. So I just, now after, it's 5 years later, and now it's time for me it's time for me to promote me and still follow my footsteps. And now I'm 30. And I kind of have an idea of what it's finally all came together, and now I'm going to really make my dreams come true. So
the room just let out a collective gasp.
Hey, Jenny.
No, I had a hard time talking about it. It's the first time I've said it online.
It gets worse. Be happy.
I'm really excited about being 30, and I really appreciate everyone. Like, when I announced online that it's my birthday, or like, oh, you're 25. I'm like, thank you, but it's okay. Everyone else, it's gonna be good. I'm excited, but yeah, it's just, what I find, the one thing that I have found, that it doesn't matter if you have a dream. Don't let anyone tell you no, and never, ever, ever, ever give up. So,
yeah,
long story.
I was on a show earlier, and they were talking about failure and how there's something called FailCon, where all the failures get together. And I'm like, really? I think they ought to put them in the room, shut the door, and the last one left gets to leave.
Nice.
If they're promoting being a failure as a good thing, that's not like or an acceptable thing. I mean, you fail, but you shouldn't be that proud of it that you want to go to FailCon. I don't know.
Yeah, that makes no sense to me, but yeah. And Jenny does do costumes. Jenny, I looked up your Daphne costume on Instagram. That's just priceless.
I'm going to be wearing that on Saturday, too, and I'm really excited about it.
Seriously, Daphne from Scooby-Doo.
Oh, my God.
I must say, it's you know what's really rewarding is whenever I was dressed up as Daphne, and I fit Daphne. Like, I pick characters that I'm like, I can do that. Like, I can do that character. Like, I can really legitimately rock it, and I feel good about it. And I have to feel comfortable in it. But the best part is to go out somewhere and have a little girl run up to you and say, Daphne, like it was this Comic-Con, and it was a special needs girl, sweetest thing ever. She ran from across Comic-Con, and she's like, Daphne, Daphne, she gave me the biggest hug, and she's like, you're my favorite, you're like my hero, and I'm like, this is why I do this crazy stuff. And I'm like, all right, okay, I don't feel crazy. I'm like, so.
Wow. The only thing I want to. Go ahead.
I was going to mention about one of my girlfriends. She has 2 daughters. I want to say 2 and 4. And she goes to this like babysitting site where you can hire princesses to come and watch your kids. How awesome would that be, right? As a little girl, I would have just,
I need to do this. That's awesome.
That is.
That's been one of me and my friends thought about doing that is, because it's a big business. Like, and there's not the princess business, and it's fun being a princess. It really is. But wow.
I would have loved it as a kid, but I'm not sure if my brother would have. But I wonder if they have like a boy equivalent. They have to, like Megatron or, I don't know.
I don't know. I wouldn't have mind having a princess watch me when I was growing up, but I've always been more fun. So that would have been all right.
That's so funny.
Oh, God. Well, the only thing I ever got confused for was, I just lost weight. So I was a lot heavier, but I was at Hollywood Studios or Disney Studios, not Hollywood Studios anymore, whatever it's called. And I'm walking down the street and they were doing a routine. And all of a sudden I hear, look, it's the skipper.
Oh,
I never saw that, but yeah, I get that.
I've never thought that.
Skipper from Gilligan's Island.
Yeah.
And they pulled me over to talk about him, asked me how Gilligan was and everything.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, it was a lot. I went with it. I said, what the heck? So that was my only look-alike.
Oh, somebody in Vegas at the Margaritaville bar, a couple, they were pretty toasted, but they thought I was a celebrity. So literally, she kept begging me for an autograph in Vegas. And I'm there at a conference, much like your conference you were just at, Chef, but it was Vegas. And so I just signed it, with love, Ross Geller.
I like it.
David Schwimmer and I don't know why, but that's kind of what we do.
Yeah.
Well, in the old days, I'd get confused for Pete Rose every now and then because I had that kind of haircut, and that wasn't really a compliment either, but that was okay. Oh, well, this has been fun. Let's see, what time is it? We have been on for 45 minutes, and time just flew by. So I'm saying this is what happens on these, and especially when people are coming and going, because somebody will join, and someone will come in and join, so you can't leave. And by the time you're done with them, someone else comes in, and they join, and you can't leave. So just kind of perpetuating.
If someone does want to come in, I have to get going.
Okay. Well, thank you and Maggie, when are you doing your next cooking show? I haven't seen it.
I need to set something up. I've just been so swamped, Chef, and I've actually been filming some stuff because I want to do a Udemy course together, and I have to edit stuff. And you know what editing is like. It's like, oh. Yeah, exactly. So I have all these videos, and I'm like, okay, good deads, and make it perfect. Make me look pretty. But so I have that happening right now, and of course it's blogger madness because it's the height of the season. We've got people who want you to post on, and I just got I'll tell you later, Chef, but I have to sign the contract. I got a great partnership happening.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Yep. So there's a lot happening right now, and a lot of movie pieces, and a husband 35,000 feet up in the air right now. So, it is what it is. And I have no one at home right now. I'm literally home alone, and that's why I'm like, okay, I have to cook. So I'm considering eating out. I don't know what, but we don't have a lot on Coronado, but I'll find something.
When all else fails, I make a grilled cheese on tortillas. That's
like a quesadilla.
Yeah, I slap them together. I don't want to call it. Ruins my
right, Maggie.
All right, guys. Okay, Jenny, welcome to Blab. Nice to meet you, Kelly. Chef, I love you,
Maggie.
All right, adios.
See you later, Mags.
Hasta la vista.
Hasta la vista. I'm really doing good today. I'm not even drinking. Travis wants to come in. Come on in, Travis. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, party people.
Hey, good to have you.
Hello.
So, Travis, do you know Jenny? Travis?
Yes, well, she doesn't know me, but I've seen her on YouTube and on Google Plus a few times. I'm a fellow YouTuber as well. But it's always nice to run into people that are content creators. There's actually a few YouTube people I've ran into on here now, 6 or 7 of them. So that's pretty cool.
Awesome.
Absolutely. I have about, I think, 300 of them too, but mine don't do as much as Jenny's do. Mine are more quiet. The joy of Google Plus, that did provide us with a lot of content. So now trying to make it translate. So Jenny, what's up for you then? Are you what have you been making, or what are you gonna make next? What's sounding?
I've been brainstorming a lot of different things, and of course it's all Halloween themed. Football, Halloween, a mixture of themed everything. I've been working with a lot of different people, and definitely the wine channel has definitely been one channel.
Tell us more about that.
Yeah. So I did a video for them promoting the best sip ever, which I only promote campaigns and join up and partner with people or products that I really believe in. And whenever we came together and I did a video for them about the best sip ever and football. I'm a big football fan. I mean, I went to Texas Tech, and we do football big. Like, football is life in Texas, and whether or not you watch it or not, it's there, and tailgating is fun. And fall for me is all about the food, the beer, the wine, in all the holiday seasons. So for me, it was a great way for me to kick off the fall season. So after one video, we chatted, and I am the flavor host of WineChannelTV.tv, which is really exciting. And Jess is the other, she is the star of Wine Channel TV, beautiful blonde who, wine expert, travels all over the world, living my dream job. And the great thing is that she picks up wines every week, and I create. And that's another thing. Like, it's fun for me to get inspired and be pushed every week to create recipes that go with a theme, and have someone like Jess in the Wine Channel TV push me to do that. And it's just so much fun. And the whole thing is, I love wine and I like tequila, but the thing is, and I like to cook just about anything, but I love their concept that you don't. If cooking and drinking is not something that should be terrifying. It's not, it's not snooty. Like, it's just picking up something that you love and enjoying it with family and friends. And that was their concept. And that's the concept that we're doing with the best of ever. So it's a very fun campaign, and I hope it opens a lot of doors. And I really love the people behind that channel. They're just a lot of fun and a lot like me. So I definitely want to do this in a very big way. I took a long break, and it's just time for me to just do what I love and share what I love and make things that just people can make themselves and enjoy. That's really the reason. I want everyone to be able to cook and cook amazing things and have some fun while they're at it with family.
Yeah, it's things that don't take all day. Like stuff I make, it got to be under a half an hour, because I don't want to spend that much time cooking.
Yes.
And that's what I do. So I mean, I don't expect anybody else to. But this would be great for those wine shows. You need to bring your co-host on.
Yeah.
Get her on here.
Yeah, she would love it. And now she should be traveling back now to the States. She's been touring like Europe and Italy and
this works in Europe.
Oh,
This works everywhere. We have people from Australia, South Africa, New Zealand.
It's everywhere. It's such an easy format. Doesn't take as much bandwidth. And also, what format are you on? iPhone or are you on Android?
iPhone.
iPhone. Okay, well they have an app for iPhone, but you want to use Chrome on your Apple computer if you're doing it. You don't want to try Safari. But I use my phone sometimes. I got a new Note 5, and it works really, really good just using Chrome. You don't even need an app. So
sweet. Yeah, she's gonna be excited because that way we could actually talk about it live and the pairings and so, and I'm a big wino, so I just it's yeah. So it's fun. Like I'm just obsessed with food, and I just like to share my obsession with others. Like for me, going to the grocery store is like going to Disney World. Like I find so many cool new things. Like I don't go shopping. Like I never go. I go to the grocery store, and then on a whim, I go to the costume store, and that's really about it. So that is my fun.
Well, I'm one of the people that go to grocery stores to browse.
Oh.
I know I want to pick up a couple things, but I have to go up and down just to see.
Yeah, you just have to
something.
There's new stuff. I'm horrible. The tasting and the sampling stations. I'm quite horrible. I have Whole Foods within walking distance of me now, and they have chocolate at every register, and so. I mean, you have to go every day. I mean, because it's fresh food and try new things, and I get free chocolate every day. So it's just, it's horrible. It's a bad habit, and they know me by name, so it's fun.
Travis, I love Wegmans. We don't have one down here in Florida. All I got is Publix, and I was telling them at the conference. I says, I don't really like that store, but the people are so nice. Like, oh my God. I mean, I went there, I hated it, but then everybody's so kind. They're so nice. They're so friendly. It's like they kind of lull you into that sense of, all right, I like shopping here.
Me and my wife actually lived in Rochester, New York for 3 years. So we used to go shop at the main Wegmans store. It's like a superstore of food.
Yeah, I loved it. Although the Wegmans we had in Cherry Hill was so busy, it was starting to really get dirty.
Ooh.
I would go in there, and and I'm thinking, this isn't good. You guys got to shut the store down and really hit these floors a little bit better. Starting to look like a ShopRite. Now, if I want to shop at ShopRite, I'll go to ShopRite.
Yeah. As a comparison, by the way, so the super Wegmans that I used to go to, just the vegetable and fruit section is bigger than the entire grocery store where I grew up. So,
wow.
Just to give you an idea of scale.
They had and the seafood selection they had, oh my God, it was just got more good seafood. And they would tell you, it was one of the first places that I started seeing that told you where the stuff was sourced from.
Yep, they do.
Which is really important. So, I'm big on that. But so now I'm at Publix, though. Whole Foods is too far away to be any kind of a consistent shopping experience. And it's either Publix or Winn-Dixie. And I went into Winn-Dixie once, and I walked out, so. I
haven't been to a Whole Foods yet. I've heard they're just as good, but the prices are not on par. Wegmans is pretty reasonable price for quality. But
I actually think Wegmans did a better job. They didn't have quite as many organics.
They do now.
But I think they did a better job than Whole Foods with the selection. I tell you who impressed me a lot, big box stores, is Costco. Costco is really starting to bring a lot of organics, a lot of really good, healthy items on. I don't want to say natural because that's such a bad word to use, but they've come a long way in what they're stocking.
So I posted a link to her Wine Channel TV, one of her episodes there up in the chat, just for people if they wanted to.
Very good.
I'm a little unpaid intern for Jenny. I've been an unpaid intern on Twitter for her for like 5 years.
You're a rock star. You know what? It's so nice because whenever I'm feeling down or you promote me, and I'm like, you know what? You're awesome. Like and I'm pretty down about myself. I don't know. You're just a rock star. You've always been a rock star for me. It definitely helps.
Well, there's a lot of people here that'll be ready to watch and follow you. Mr. Michael D. II is a big guy that watches us all the time. He came over from Google Plus, and he's a big supporter of us. So there's people, I'm telling you, it's not a really heavily used format right now, but the people on here are really, there's some really good, solid people.
Well, and I, you know what? I just really love this format, and and it's really not intimidating, and it's connected to Twitter, and I really love it. It just, we got in Google Plus early, and as a digital marketing person, that is the key. You could test it out, and you can share it with other people, and I just love finding better connections, the way that you can connect with other people in a way that it's easy for everyone and it's accessible, and you can share the things that you love easier. That's the fun of it. And if it's not fun, if it's not easy, you can't share things you love, there's no point in all of this. I don't care how much money, whatever. I need fun in my life, obviously, and I just want to share things that I love, and this is perfect.
Well, I was almost getting to the point where I was dreading my cooking shows on Google, and I was just going through the motions, and Susan wasn't happy either. And I came on to Blab, and all of a sudden it was fun again. Yeah. That's what happened when I moved to Florida. The angels sang when I moved to Florida, and that was the same thing with Blab. But it was instantly fun again.
Yeah.
I brought Susan on, and I'm waiting to show she's not going to like it. And she loved it. We were on for 2 hours the first time. And she's always like, well, I got to go now, and she didn't even know how long she'd been on. It was just really addictive. So
fun. Awesome.
Nazim Beltran, have you ever seen him on Google? He was
familiar.
He's in Milan, but he's the one that got me on here. And I talk to him a couple times a week on Hangouts, face to face, because it's private. We can't do on here. But he was telling me, "Oh, you got to get on. You got to get on." I'm like, "Oh, I don't want one more thing. I really didn't do well with Periscope. My ADD would kick in, and the phone would start to go down, and I'd be looking over here, and it wasn't working. And then I came on and went, "Oh, this is it. People talk back to you."
That's the fun thing about it. It's just very easy. It doesn't move around, and I'm like a squirrel. It's you don't have to do that. It's all there, and you just have to press a button, and it doesn't go anywhere, and I can see everybody. That's
very cool.
Yay, thank you guys so much for helping me introduce myself in my first blab. I love this, but I'm definitely gonna do this a lot. Good. I'm gonna be addicted to this.
Anybody else have anything they want to say, Kelly?
Just Jennifer Willis, who's in the chat. She's also a Texan. She's out in Houston somewhere. Seriously, I don't know if she knows you though, but she's awesome. And
awesome. We connect.
I'm just here being a fanboy for Jenny, because I've seriously, from almost the time I logged on to Twitter for the first time, she was one of my first follows, and she's energetic and loves to cook and loves football. I mean, what more do you want?
Absolutely. Gotta love it. Here, Jenny wants to come in. Let's say hello to Jenny.
Hello.
Hi. Another Texan?
Yes. She's in Houston somewhere.
Yes. Wow, Kelly, I'm surprised you remember who I am. I haven't seen you in forever.
Yay!
Yes, I'm in Houston.
Okay.
Awesome. Me too.
Oh,
I live in the Woodlands.
Oh, awesome. I'm right on the edge of Katy.
Oh, sweet. I'm going to be doing
I-10 and Fry.
Saturday for a car show. So.
Oh, awesome.
Very cool.
Awesome. Chef Dennis, I think I've seen one of your blabs before.
Yeah, I'm on a lot.
I have been here. I'm not going to say since day one, because I haven't, but I've been here a few months, and I remember when I first got on here, every blab had somebody in it that I knew, somebody in it that I had talked to, so that I interacted with, and now I can just scroll and scroll and scroll, and I'm like, I have no idea who the hell all these people are anymore. So it is amazing to see how this platform has just skyrocketed. And
just wait till they really push it out to the general public. I mean, it's still kind of quiet. That's why I'm trying to bring food bloggers on now. I want them to get situated and get settled. Mm-hmm. I did that with Google Plus, and it was like, you think I would have been asking them to sell their children. They would have.
It was scary. Yeah, it was really scary, and it's the only reason why I was okay with it. They're like, "Oh, you're gonna be great at it," and I'm like, I could do cameras. I'm like, that's a lot of things scary at me, but
I really don't have a purpose here. I just kind of blab hop and chat with everybody. I've really just been focusing on my Periscope content and doing that still twice a day.
Yeah, she does coffee and a quote. So you guys who like coffee, National Coffee Day, literally, she's a coffee addict of anybody I know.
I love coffee.
And I love her. She's amazing.
I am a dick.
Yeah, sweetheart.
Yay! Oh, I'm just definitely watching you.
You should.
Yeah, Kelly can never watch me because my first one is between like 6:15 and 6:30 in the morning. So it's like the ass crack of dawn for me.
I wake up at 5 o'clock every morning, so I'll definitely.
Yeah, so find Jen Urban Willis on Periscope, coffee and a quote, and she's so kind to everybody that she talks to. She always says hi to.
Oh, very nice.
I try. Well, thank you. I try, and they've actually named themselves. They're hashtag Jen's Gems.
Oh, I like that.
She's popular now, people.
No, I'm not. I'm not. But I do a contest. So the first one was at 50,000 hearts, and then the second one was at 100,000, and then the next one will be when we hit 200,000. And what I do is once we hit that particular number, the first person to go and take a screenshot of my profile showing that we hit that number of hearts and either email it or tweet it to me, then I get their address and I send them a little package of prezzies. So like the one girl I sent, everybody gets a handwritten postcard. The first girl she actually lives in Roche-Sharon right down the street. She got a Texans koozie, Houston keychain that rotates. It says Houston on one side, Texas on the other, and then a small calendar with Houston skylines and different photos. She'd always lived in Austin, and so she wasn't familiar with Houston. And then the next girl, I'm buying her stuff Saturday and mailing it out, and I'm going to get a coffee cup and a little book of quotes and something like a keychain or something. But yeah, so that's my thing, just to say how much I appreciate everybody, because if it weren't for them watching, I mean, I'd be talking to myself like I do at the house. And at least this way I have somebody watching me. So
I love that.
That's pretty cool.
So they're pretty awesome.
Thank you, Chef, for putting this on. I gotta go take care of my dog.
We're gonna call it. It was a little over an hour, but thank you all, Jenny. I hope you enjoyed it.
Thank you guys so much. I can't thank you enough. Like words cannot express. So I'm very excited.
Good. And if you need anything at all, you know where to find me, and I'll be happy to come over to you anytime.
Yeah, I would love that. I would love that.
Well, thank y'all for letting me hop on. It was an absolute pleasure meeting y'all.
Thank you for coming on. I'll be watching you.
Well, thank you. Thank you. All right. I'll see you
early
in the morning.
With a coffee.
All right. All right. I'm going to follow y'all real quick. Make sure I got everybody.
Yeah, I got you right now, too. Well, thank you all for coming, Jenny.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for spending an hour with me, and I'll see you soon. So, guys, have a good day.
Don't forget to leave the world a little bit nicer than you found it this morning.
That's right. And if you want to leave it a little fuller, tomorrow I'm making skillet jambalaya at 12 o'clock. So.
Oh, yum.
So good.
All right. See you all later.
Awesome.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.